I think it was Tony Robbins that said, if you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have much of a life. And I fully agree. You have to be able to carve out this time for yourself. 10 minutes outside. Outside gets you that fresh air. Maybe you get to connect with a neighbor. You get to see your environment, see your surroundings, feel your feet on the pavement, on the dirt road, on the chip trail, wherever it is. 10 minutes outside every day.
Small habits, big changes. Let's dive in.
Hey, I'm excited. I'm going to try this again. We did it with hydration. Now we're on to daily exercise. This is a second table leg, and I have it in order of how easy it is. So we started out on the last episode. You can catch hydration, how you can get hydrated and get some good healthy habits going there. Today, we're going to talk about daily exercise and what I deem as daily exercise in relation to my stable table, which is my wellness system that I've created over the last 25 years. It's 10 minutes of walking outside every day. Doesn't get any simpler than that. Every element of that has a vital piece of it that really is going to come back to be beneficial down the road. I'm not going to go deep into why it is, but we all know that walking is really helpful. It's good for lots of things. It's good for our physical health. It's good for our emotional health. It's good for our psychological health. It's good for our spiritual health. Be outside, connect with nature, even if you're just outside on the pavement walking to your mailbox. It counts. 10 minutes is what we want. It's kind of like an old story I heard once, how to get your kid to floss their teeth. After much negotiation, which I've experienced firsthand, and it's not going well, you just suggest this. Okay, fine. You don't have to floss your teeth. Just choose one tooth and floss around that one. That's it. Just the one. So what happens, obviously, for kids, they probably just floss the one. But for most people starting habits, like once you get in there, you might as well keep going. I mean, it just makes sense. It's efficient. See, at its finest right there. So we start with 10 minutes. Certainly you can do more, but honest to goodness, do what you can maintain every single day. That's the daily part, the commitment that you make to yourself to put every other priority aside and really focus on yourself. This is big for the moms with young kids out there. It's probably the easiest, but I want you to wrap your head around a shift around it, that it's more for you than it is for the child. We're all out pushing strollers, kid falls asleep, thank goodness. That's your time right then. That's your time. I want you to embrace that you're actually doing that for yourself, because as a mom, what we know sensibly, logically, is that the better we take care of ourselves, the better that we can take care of those we love. So I want to encourage all of the moms out there. You're already walking with a stroller. Shift your mind around it not being got to walk with a stroller and get them to sleep. But when you have an opportunity to really take a deep breath, maybe focus on your breath and count those 10 minutes, at least 10 of them, for yourself. For everybody else, 10 minutes, I think it was Tony Robbins that said, if you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have much of a life. And I fully agree. You have to be able to carve out this time for yourself. 10 minutes outside. Outside gets you that fresh air. Maybe you get to connect with a neighbor. You get to see your environment, see your surroundings, feel your feet on the pavement, on the dirt road, on the chip trail, wherever it is. 10 minutes outside every day. The commitment that you make for yourself for these 10 minutes, and you keep it going, we'll come back. Like I said, in future episodes, we'll talk about how that self-commitment is the key to unlocking a lot of closed doors for a lot of people right now. So for me, I started my stable table developing it about 25 years ago. So for me, I didn't have 10 minutes built in there. I just had daily exercise. I was very loose in how that looked. I played sports every single day. When I was 38, I played this is ridiculous when I look back, and it literally played these at the same time, simultaneously. I played softball. I played flag football. I played dodgeball. I played basketball. I golfed. I played tennis. And when a friend came to me and asked me to join yet another team, I did. I dragon boated for that summer. This was 2010, I believe. Might have been 2011. But for a couple of years there, I was playing sports almost every single night of the week. And for football, multiple times a week. So there was some double up there. Oh, and I was training. I'd hired a trainer so I would be better at football. So I was training as well, 3 times a week to start. That went down to 2. And for the last 10 of 13 years, it's been once a week. So I've never really defined what I needed to do in a time frame because I've always been so active. However, when I was raising a little one and pushing the stroller was about the most meditative thing that I did during that time frame, I developed this 10 minutes that quickly led to like 2 hours of listening to podcasts and taking my phone out in the late hours of the evening after he had gone to bed, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'm out walking the neighborhood. And really, that's when it started. I did about, I think it was 221 days in a row. Now, I love that record, and I hope that one day I blow it out of the water. But what it taught me was that I have at least 10 minutes. It was like hours for me, honestly. It was anywhere from 45 minutes to 2.5 hours. I'd be out, depending on what podcast I was taking in, and books on tape is what I was listening to, right? Audible. It was that commitment that I made to myself every day that really changed the habits that I had. That's been 9 years ago, 10 years ago, almost a decade ago, and things have changed. And there are plenty of days where I don't get that 10 minutes outside, focused on myself, like walking. But for the majority of the last 10 years I've been outside like 12 hours a day. So I definitely am getting the benefits, but it looks a little different for me. And I share that because it will look a little different for you as well. The beauty of my stable table is that it's my stable table. And when you adopt it and you tweak it and you change it to fit your life, it will be your stable table. Not my intention that you would take everything that I do and follow it like the holy gospel. Though if you did for just a couple weeks, you would find what works and what doesn't work for you, and you'd be able to tweak it, and then it would morph into being your stable table. And that is my hope. My hope is that if you're struggling in any one of these areas or any area, that these 4 main pillars of wellness, getting those under control and under management, if you will make all the difference. The success of your business, your life, your relationships. They're just the stepping stone to doing and having whatever you want to do in life. Because really, truly, we have one body. That's where we get to live this entire run. And me personally, I'm going to 150. So I'm not fucking around. I need to make sure that I'm feeling good, and I'm a third of the way there. So I want to make sure I'm feeling good, that my body does what it's supposed to do when I ask it to. I knock on wood. I've been really fortunate. I've surrounded myself with a few small people that keep an eye on me, and I've managed these healthy habits for nearly, going on 3 decades now, and I feel great. I have great energy. I wake up in the morning with as much energy as I go to bed at night, very active. My body works. I don't have any aches and pains. I do a lot of other things to maintain that. However, getting that daily bit of movement and exercise for me has been essential. When shit hits the fan and life turns upside down, a lot of non-ritualistic activities can really go out the window. During traumatic experiences and hardship, Sometimes it's hard to even shower or get up out of bed or make a phone call that you need to, or certainly make a sandwich or prepare food for yourself. If you don't sleep as well, you don't hydrate as well, you stop moving like you used to. My stable table is like a close confidant, close friend who, when you fall down, and when I've fallen down, it's there for me, right? It's something that I've built a relationship with. And even though it's just a part of me, it almost has its own sense of self. It's like an entity that I come back to, a sweetness, a home, a, a place of comfort where I've developed these healthy habits into a system that supports me. And it's a way of me supporting myself. And now, with sharing with all of you, it's a way to support you all. A quick reminder that we do have a texting community that I'd love if you have any questions about exercise or hydration, for that matter, nutritious meals or quality sleep. Feel free to send them in. I respond to you personally. It is free. If I didn't mention that, the texting community, you just text the word yes, and the number is 206-483-2960. Again, text the word yes to 206-483-2960. You can share any hacks that you're using currently that you really like, or healthy habits that you've developed over the years. I love to implement, new things. The part of having a stable table is being able to take out and tweak things that may not be working and add things in that I want to try. When you have at least 3 of the table legs pretty stable, you can experiment and loosen up a little with some of the other habits that you employ. So I welcome any stories that you have, any things that are working for you. And certainly if you've tried things that don't work, but you really feel like you just may not have them right, shoot me a message. I'm happy to tweak them and walk through it with you as time allows. Certainly, sometimes I get a lot at once and I go through them. So just be patient. I will respond to each and every one of you. That said, I'm stoked about exercise. I really would probably rename it as daily movement, to be honest, because I think exercise has a stigma around it a little bit. This is not about building muscles. This isn't about breaking a sweat. This isn't about breaking in your new tennis shoes or, having to buy some more Lululemon clothes to wear out and about. This is simple. You can do it in your pajamas. 10 minutes outside. Get yourself up the block and back. That's all you need. Clear your mind. Take in some fresh air. Count your paces or count your breathing. There's so many different things that you can add to your peace of mind through these 10 minutes each and every day. As thoughtful as you can be, but certainly if you need to start with multitasking by pushing a stroller or listening to a podcast, do it. Do it. It's 10 minutes outside for you every single day. I so look forward to your comments. If you got any gold at all, anything useful out of this entire episode, please share it with a friend who you think may also find value in it. Comment below if you have that option, rate and review, but send me a text. I would love to hear what you liked, what you didn't like, what you've applied, what's worked, what hasn't. And as always, go out there, kick ass. Stay hydrated. If you missed our hydration episode, go back and take a listen to that, because exercise builds off of hydration. They feed off one another, and they definitely compound your benefits. So do that. Check us out. On the next episode, we're coming in with nutrition, and then we're going to hit quality sleep. And then we have some special guests for you. We'll learn a little bit more about how they maintain their stable table. Until next time, stay awesome.